In recent years, there's been an increasingly growing debate about artificial sweeteners. Are they good for you? Are they bad for you? And should you be consuming them if you're trying to lose weight? In this video, I'm going to be answering all those questions and giving you the sugary details about artificial sweeteners. I'm your weight loss trainer. My name is Coach Patrick. Give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications because this channel is all about giving you the proper fitness and nutrition habits so that you can lose that excess weight, have more confidence, and impact more lives. So what are artificial sweeteners? Artificial sweeteners are synthetically made sugar substitutes. Artificial sweeteners are also known as intense sweeteners because they provide a taste similar to sugar, but it can be several hundred to several thousand times sweeter than sugar. Talk about getting the most bang for your buck. So how do artificial sweeteners work? Our tongue, they have taste buds. And the taste buds have taste receptors that detect different flavors. There's 5 different flavors that our taste bud detects. There's sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. Wait, what exactly is umami? I've heard of sweetness, I've heard of sour, I've heard of bitter, but what is umami? Is it just me or I've never heard of the taste called umami? Comment below. I'm curious if you guys have ever heard of the taste umami. I can't be the only one that's never heard of umami before. Anyways, I did some research and I found out that umami is the taste of deliciousness. So when your taste receptors on your tongue encounters food molecules and that food molecule fits in that receptor, it sends a signal to your brain to identify the taste. Artificial sweeteners are similar enough to the sugar molecules to fit in the sweetness receptors. However, they are generally different from sugar because they don't break down and turn into calories. This is how they provide sweetness without the added sugar or calories. What are some common artificial sweeteners? There are 5 artificial sweeteners that are approved by the FDA. There's sarin, there's aspartame, there's aspartame, there's neotame, and there's sucralose. These artificial sweeteners can be 100 times to even 1,000 times sweeter than sugar. Aspartame is 180 times sweeter than sugar, alpha-sulfane is 200 times sweeter than sugar, sarin is 300 times sweeter than sugar, sucralose is 600 times sweeter than sugar, and neotame is a whopping 7,000 times sweeter than sugar. Another common sweetener is stevia. Now it's not artificial, it's natural because it comes from stevia leaves. Now what are some benefits of artificial sweeteners? Artificial sweeteners are used to replace or substitute for sugar. Now why is sugar bad? It's because sugar is known to cause weight gain, diabetes, and obesity. What's the problem with sugar? The problem is that as a society, we're over consuming on sugar. On average, an average American consumes about 77 grams of added sugar, while the recommendation is only 25 grams of sugar per day for women and 35 grams for men. Those are just the recommended numbers to maintain your weight. Now, if you're looking to lose weight, you probably need to consume even less sugar than that. Hey guys, I want to invite you to my free 5-day workout challenge. You'll get a meal plan. You get a workout for free with me over the next 5 days. Be coached by me and start to build the right habits towards permanent weight loss. If this sounds interesting to you, then click the link below, fill out your application form, schedule a call, and I'll see you on the other side. And as a society, on average, you can see that people are consuming over 3 times the recommended sugar intake. And sugar is often disguised in a lot of different forms. For example, anything that ends in ose, glucose, fructose, lactose, maltose, and sucrose. Anything that ends in ose, O-S-E. There's also sugar disguises as well. So if you look at the nutrition labels on the back, you might see syrup, you might see coconut sugar or brown sugar. You might see honey, molasses, fruit juice concentrate is a sugar, corn sweetener is a sugar, high fructose corn syrup. These are all sugars in disguise. Now, overconsumption of sugar is what leads to diabetes, and 1 out of every 5 people in America have diabetes. You probably know someone that has diabetes. Furthermore, another problem with sugar is it spikes your blood sugar levels. After you eat and your food is digested, sugar enters into your bloodstream. So after a meal, typically your blood sugar levels will increase, and that excess sugar in your blood can be very dangerous. Elevated blood sugar levels, we call that hyperglycemia, which can have a serious consequence to your organs. Your job of your body is to maintain balance. We call that homeostasis. Your body wants to bring down that sugar level back to normal, and to do this, we need insulin. Now, sugar can be used in cells, and the body absorbs that sugar from the bloodstream into the cell, and this is where insulin comes in. Insulin, it's basically like a key. It attaches to the surface of the cells to open the channel, open a gate, and that in turn provides a way from sugar to enter the bloodstream into the cell. Now, the problem is when you eat foods that contain too much sugar, too much carbs, too much sugar in the blood at one time causes too much insulin to be released at one time. And every time there's a spike in insulin in your blood over a long period of time, and this is like repeated, the body becomes resistant to insulin. It doesn't respond properly anymore. In other words, the more sugar you consume, the more insulin gets released, and over time our body becomes desensitized to insulin, and this causes insulin resistance. In other words, your body doesn't respond to insulin anymore and you become diabetic. You'll need to start taking insulin injections, and it's a very unpleasant lifestyle, especially if it runs in your family. If your parents, your grandparents have diabetes, that's a warning for you that if we don't improve our nutrition and lifestyle, diabetes can happen to you as well. Another reason we need to reduce sugar is that sugars have calories, and consuming sugar leads to excess fat storage and weight gain. Artificial sweeteners, now they're better than sugar because they carry little caloric value, so theoretically they do not directly cause obesity or diabetes. It seems like taking artificial sweeteners is a no-brainer, right? But instead of having sugar in your desserts, your ice cream, your cookies, your beverages, have artificial sweeteners, right? Isn't it amazing that we humans have the ability to isolate that molecule to be able to give the sensation of sweetness without that major spike of insulin, without the sugar, without the calories? Sounds pretty good, right? Although artificial sweeteners don't directly lead to insulin resistance, diabetes, weight gain, and obesity immediately, they can indirectly lead to it because they're 1,000 times sweeter, and the more sweetness we train our body to consume, the more it becomes a craving, and the more we can consume more and more of these calories. I have a whole video created right there that you can check out where I go over exactly how artificial sweeteners lead to weight gain. So you can check out that video right there. And remember guys, you're just one habit away from permanent weight loss. If you like this video, you definitely want to check out the next one by clicking right here.